are now tuned into the DFPN, the Dat Villain Podcast Network. Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is up? Y'all know what it is. It's Friday, introducing y'all to the weekend. Hopefully we can help y'all bring it in with some laughs and some good conversations. Y'all already know what it is. It's your homie Makk, aka your boy, joined by the homie up top, Black Mac. And of course, over here, we got some guests with us. They were on the show before. We got my man Mark Socks in the upper left. Then of course, the best producer in the game. Don't at me, my man Clint Taylor over here in the bottom left, aka Normalized Growth. What up, fellas?
What up, though, man? Glad to be here. Smoke Pit, what I'm talking about.
Thank y'all for tapping in, bro. Thank y'all for tapping in.
Hell yeah, I hit you with the uncle answer, didn't I? That's what I'm talking about. I just played out the 70s on you, didn't I?
Yes, that's yes.
I don't even say that. Like, it's not even a thing I say. That's crazy.
It's groovy. It's groovy.
Oh man, but yes, it's a full house. Episode 80 of the Smoke Pit. Wouldn't have it any other way. So before we get into the small talk and the shenanigans, of course, you know we got to hit you up. Talking about the people that back us up. So shout out to Plug Earbuds at gettheplugs.com. Been there with us since day one. So go ahead and hit up that website. Oh, there you go. My man Mark Socks got him right there. Hit him up. Use the code DFPN10. Get 10% off some good quality headphones or wireless earbuds as it is. So make sure you hit them up. Support them just like you support us. All right. The Bandcamp. I know I come here every Friday and tell you there's new music on there. And I feel glad to do that because I'm not lying. Like literally every week, new exclusive shit is being put on there. Unreleased stuff is being put on there or being re-released that have been archived. So it's music out there that not everybody's getting. So for as low as $3 a month, you can come support the music side of Dat Feeling at datfeeling.bandcamp.com. Then we got the Patreon, of course. Listen, Linda. My man Mark Sock, like he's here as a guest to talk about a project him and Clint are working on. But don't let this man act like he ain't in the podcast game as well, man. This man, he got a show, Patreon exclusive. Y'all need to check out. We already hinted about Razkaz being on there. There's another guest that's on it. Y'all need to get in. Tap in, patreon.com, Dat Feeling Podcast. Again, as low as $3. We ain't trying to break your pockets. You know what I'm saying? We trying to just give you a little bit more entertainment, a little bit more content for just a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you can afford it, cool. If not, you know, you still got the Smoke Pit, real food, all that good stuff coming at you for the free. But hey, you got to pay for this. How Smitty say it? How we say it, Black?
And you paid to see it.
100%, man. So make sure to check this out, man. Patreon.com/Dat Feeling Podcast. Last but not least, you know, we got the merch available. So hit up Teespring, search for the Dat Feeling Podcast network store. All the merch is up there. New merch is going up. You see Black Rock in it. Actually, normalizedgrowth.com is where you can get the merch that my people's over here, Normalized Growth, is wearing. So yeah, man, support the brand. We'll put a link in there in the description once we're done for Normalized Growth so you can cop the gear. Especially after you see the video, you probably gonna want to cop some. I'm just saying. So we gonna hook you up with that for that shit. All right. So now that is out the way, let us now I know y'all are guests to the show. We ain't gonna have y'all do it, but normally we have like a ceremonial shot to, you know, begin in the work week, start ushering in the weekend.
I ain't got nothing. I got
Yeah. You know, we don't
It's
want
my fault. I feel like while we were in the green room, I should have explained this, but I have a horrible job with excitement and explaining shit. My bad.
Y'all, I mean, take your shots though. You know what I'm saying? You got Taylor Still. He waiting for it.
Shots. All right, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Shout out to Taylor and 85th over there in Korea checking us out. We appreciate y'all tuning in. And yes, Black, it is your fault. You're a horrible host. Make sure next time you don't. And excuse you. We got company and you acting out. You know, we get
my bad,
company
man.
now.
My bad. I just be ready, man. I be ready to do this shit.
I hear you. I was excited. I was waiting all week for this, but all right, Pitmasters, everybody tuning in. Charge your glasses. Here we go. I'm still finishing off this 1800 tequila, so you know I'm getting to it. Here's to the weekend. Let's have a good show and a good weekend, man. Salute.
Okay.
All right. We ready. We ready.
Ain't gonna be no bits.
It gets that part right here, and then it's God damn.
Man up, motherfucker, man up.
All right. So like we talked about last time, we had this duo, this hip hop duo, this legendary, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna speak it into existence, legendary hip hop duo next to us. They're promoting their first project, their first Normalized Growth project. Now July, if I'm not mistaken, right?
July 15th.
It's gonna drop
July
15th. The second part of their project is gonna drop. What's the title for this project, Clint?
Normalized Growth 2. The search was in.
I like that, man. And what you guys don't know is this past Monday we had a private listening party, and we were able to hear all the songs on the track. They blessed us with the opportunity to do it, which I really appreciate, because this music is real special to them. We was chopping up for about 2.5 hours over this thing on Monday. So to me, I'm gonna just let you know, best work by far by these cats. And that's just not me being a homer. I'm just letting y'all know straight facts off the top. I know Black has some words about it. Black has some thoughts on it. I'm gonna let him share what his initial things were, and then we'll turn it over and start asking y'all some questions about it. And then
we in the smoke pit, man. What's happening, man? What's the smoke today? What's going on?
Hey, I told you, man.
It's coming.
I was trying to come here and get the show going. Like I had to set these tables up, these lights, and all this shit in this hot ass easy bake oven.
You know,
if I would have started hookah,
live, you know how people clicking on the live. I don't know them niggas, and they go right. You know what I'm saying?
Who these motherfuckers?
They know
who
us.
Is these?
No, I'm talking about us. I'm saying, man, Clint. You know how people live, bro. Click in right quick. Who? I don't know them niggas. I'll be back.
Nah, hey, if they do that, hey, if y'all do that, y'all miss the fuck out. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all miss the fuck out. But
while you're here,
yes.
So I'm gonna just go on my thoughts for it on the album right now. While you're here and you're listening, allow me to say you need to listen to this album when it comes out. If you want a message about what it's like being older and dealing with your past, this is the album for you. If you're in a situation where you feel like certain things that you're seeing on television is crazy to you, this is the album you need to listen to. If you see the sense of entitlement in people and you feel a way about it or don't feel a way about it, this is the album for you. They cover the range and scope of this project is deep. And I say that not because I heard the album and I enjoyed the listen to it. the content is by far deeper than anything that these two have put out. This is their third project together. So they started with Normalized Growth 1 was first, right? Yeah, Normalized Growth 1 was first. Then the Rise of Sox Heisenberg. Now we're on the search for Zen. And I felt like with each album they got better. Each album they've upped their game. And I think right now they're at the height of it. And I think it's safe to say that they found their groove. And from this point forward, y'all about to experience some legendary shit, man. Because this album was everything. This album was everything that the rap game needed. We needed this record. And I say this after listening to Kendrick. We needed this record. You know what I mean?
Facts. Facts.
That's a hard act to follow.
It is. But it's true.
Was that not in y'all minds? Like, dropping. Y'all know, like.
No, the album was, this album been done for 6 months. You know what I mean? We didn't know Kendrick was about to drop an album.
No one did.
Yeah, I think all I was hoping is that I knew he was probably gonna be back this year. I just didn't want to have the bad luck of dropping when he dropped. Like I didn't want to like put the album out and his album came out that same weekend or something like that. Then that would be a no. Because when this album came out, the whole culture was like, "Yo, shh, be quiet." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like a blackout online. It was like it was like from midnight to like noon. Everybody was like, "Leave me alone."
Yep.
I'm listening.
Gotta digest this.
Yeah.
Gotta digest this.
Yeah, give me a second.
Bro, I had cats telling me they had to take a nap so they can get up and listen to the Kendrick when it dropped.
Yeah, bro.
I'm cats.
I gotta go to bed so I can wake up and listen. I was just like,
I'm about to take a nap, bro.
I mean, can we all be so lucky, man, to put something in the world where people feel like that? Like that's wild. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's talk about goals AF. Like goals, bro. Like, wow, man. That's great.
Facts. Now, what was the goal coming into the album?
Well, so we never stopped working, right? Like we were finishing up the Rise of Sox Heisenberg when I started. Typically, most of my projects, Clint knows this. Like, depends on what I'm reading, right? Like, depends on what I'm reading. Like, if I'm reading something or I'm taking in some, like with Heisenberg, I discovered Breaking Bad, like wild late. You know what I'm saying? And when I got into it, I was all the way into it, and I identified with the main character so much that it started showing up in my writing. You know, so then that's when I adopted the Sox Heisenberg name, and so we started working on that. But as we were finishing that up, I was on to something else, and I got inspired to do Normalized Growth. So actually, Heisenberg was finished, and then we did Normalized Growth and put Normalized Growth out first. A lot of people don't know that. Like, actually, it was, and then, like I said, we never stopped working. So when you say the idea going into it, I didn't know this was going to be Normalized Growth 2 at first. We were trying to do, I actually had a whole nother follow-up for Heisenberg. It was the plan was to do the Rise of Sox Heisenberg and then Heisenberg's Revenge. Like that was the next album. But I wasn't in that bag anymore. You know what I mean? I was on some growth shit, some personal, like that's what I was on.
What brought that on?
Life, bro. Like I had some family issues. You know what I mean? And And then I started. I discovered Alan Watts, right? Which is I guess some people call like a Buddhist mystic. You know what I mean? He's a great writer. If you never heard of him, look up Alan Watts. So I started reading Alan Watts, and then I read a book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. You know what I mean? And it like completely changed like my view on what it is to suffer, and you know what I mean. So I just really like I started dealing with a lot of personal issues. You know what I mean? And so it started coming out in the writing. Well, that wasn't Heisenberg's Revenge. You know what I mean? That was like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because the Heisenberg stuff is a little more spicy. Like it's, you know what I mean, just really kind of talking my shit, you know. But that's not what was coming out. Like that's not what was coming out. So I told Clint, I said, man, I really feel like this normalized. I feel another normalized growth coming up in me, and at the same time, he was honing in on what the sound of a normalized growth song beat sounds like, because he got different. He got different pockets he go into with the beats. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so he was in a certain vibe, and they all felt more like normalized growth joints. You know, and so like he wasn't sending me beats to talk shit to. You know what I mean? He was sending me to make me think and feel, and so that's just what was coming out. So I said, well, look, man, let's because I really when I started learning about Zen, I've been interested in meditation for a while. So when I started learning about Zen, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got introduced to Alan Watts, and then I got introduced to actually before the Kendrick album, Eckhart Tolle. Like I got introduced to him. And you know, like a lot of other people that Sadhguru, I don't know if y'all know who he is. He's a yogi, you know what I'm saying, from India. Real long beard, long hair. He's real popular. Anyhow, so that's the kind of stuff that they be on, man. And I dove feet first into it, and that's where the content from this album came, man. It was just like out of growth. I'm not even in the same place I was as the songs may indicate. You know what I mean? Like the songs were all part of like cleansing myself of these ideas. Like you mentioned entitlement before, man. I don't care about them niggas no more, man. You know what I'm saying? At the time, it was really on my head. Like, man, I gotta talk about this, but I don't. You know, if I was to bump into some of the people now, you know, I'd be like, oh man, I don't even care, bro. You know.
So for Clint, this was he mentioned that this was part of a natural progression. Did you catch the vibe that he was going down this road, or were you just focusing more so on trying to refine the normalized growth sound?
Both. But I mean, at the same time, I was kind of getting into some of that stuff too. Like we both read this book called Siddhartha that was very impactful. It was like probably one of my favorite books. I think Mark can say the same thing. And it kind of affected what I was doing at the time. And it for a producer, it kind of makes you make the thought-provoking kind of beats. It's not like just the extra hype, extra spicy stuff. It was more, you know, how can I make Mark think? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it just came out effortlessly. Yeah. So we kind of met each other right there for real.
Yeah. I mean, we talk every day, so we know what each other is on. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll say to the end, like the best thing that come out of this is I got another brother. You know what I mean? You know, he's younger than me. And so, you know, I am able to, you know, impart like tidbits of things I've learned being a little bit ahead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's an amazingly intelligent brother. I don't mean to minimize that whatsoever. It just so happens that, you know, by virtue of me doing this for as long as I've been doing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to have certain conversations, and he really took to me in that way. You know what I mean? He a grown ass man with a family. You dig what I'm saying? You know, like in his family, like he the big brother. You know what I mean? You know, but he took to me, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, when we first met, when he first reached out to me online, he was like, "Yo, y'all want to do an album with you?" I was like, "Okay." You know what I mean?
Bold move, young man. Bold move.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, the beats was fire, but Black, you know me, man. I mean, I'm like 3 projects ahead, so I was like, well, that's cool, you know. But
I had to learn that.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. You dig what I'm saying?
Bro, it takes some real guts, bro. Like to do that, and then be willing to put yourself out there. 1, and then 2. Actually work to the level that he's on, because and that shows in your music, because your chemistry is dope. I'm not the first one to say this, you know what I mean? Your chemistry is amazing. And I think what you guys are doing is you're changing the paradigm in the rap game, bro. Like, this shit can really happen. Like, you giving hope to a whole new field of people by doing what you're doing. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild, man.
Let me jump in and ask a question real quick, because like from the bond you and Clint got, like, you've been in the game for a while. Like, you know, spoiler alert, when he drops this July 15th, it's 20 years since you've been putting out music, right?
That is the 20th year anniversary of my first album ever, and I will show you. Before we get off of here, I will show you the promotional poster for that album with that date on it.
Is that when you was defocused?
Yep, it's hanging on my wall right over there.
With the super baggies, with the super baggies.
Super baggies.
The super baggies.
the super baggies.
The borderline Jinkos.
20 years is a long time in the game, fam. And you work with a lot of producers, a lot of people. Is what you and Clint got on another level than what you had with anybody you had worked with before?
It is the only time I've done music and felt no pressure whatsoever. Like, I feel like when we put this, when we put what me and my guy have created out into the world, I'm so confident that people are going to do with this music what they should, that it concerns me not. You know, I don't walk around every day looking at the numbers, worrying about who likes what post or anything.
Amen.
Like I am absolutely aware that the last couple bodies of work that we've done could stand next to anything, and if anybody simply just gives it a shot, they'll be fine. And again, we've been growing in this way together, right? Like this didn't happen overnight. You know, we did case studies on the way we were discovering music, right? There's this artist in the UK. She's my favorite artist for the last 5 years, named Cleo Soul, right? And I got put onto her from a story post by my guy Timo. Shout out to my guy Timo. He made a story post. He was like, "This album is fire." I happened to be in the car and I just pressed play. I pressed play and I listened to that album every day in its entirety for a month. Right? And I had no idea whether or not she was popular. I didn't know anything about this woman. I didn't
matter
her on her social media. It took me 4 or 5 months to even check to see if she had a music video for anything on there. I was just so enamored by the music, and Clint was too.
Yeah.
We talked to each other. We was like, "Yo, man, I really think that if this shit is as good as you think it is, like if it really is that, you don't need none of that." Like,
no, you don't.
Yeah, like people just have to hear it and connect to it, and that's it, man. That's all we can do. So to you, when you ask me, essentially, I think the spirit of what you're saying is this the best music I've done. You know what I'm saying? I would say it is the music that has fulfilled me the most. Yes, I am absolutely fulfilled, because that gentleman right there is in the basement in Dayton, Ohio, doing his absolute best to give me, you know what I mean? Like, he could be doing beat tapes selling beats on beat sites. Like it's all types of things he could be doing, trying to financially get his life together, working on his beats, all kind of shit. But he stopped all of that to make sure I got the best of the crop of stuff that he makes, bro. And I respect the hell out of that. You dig?
I do too. Because let me tell you,
I act like it, like
Let me tell you, when I go on Instagram and I see it's Clint Taylor on a beat, I'll be like, man, that shit is fire. And I hear it on the MRK album. I'm like, fuck.
I was listening to y'all podcast one time, and some of the beats y'all got in the background is songs I never used.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just like
for real.
That's some bullshit, bro. That's some bullshit.
It's like beats that I've done songs to that just never got used. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, for y'all watching and listen, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. So I respect the hell out of that. You know what I mean? Like this man is over there in his basement, man, trying to change the world from a MacBook Pro, like me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, shit, let's change the world then. Let's do it.
I love that shit.
Well, hey, I want to say something.
Go ahead, Clint.
Nah, see, but like, I think it's a lot easier because me and Mark literally enjoyed the same music. Mm-hmm. Like literally. So it like literally the same music. So if I'm feeling something like it's like inevitable, he gonna be feeling that shit too. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we literally like our ears are similar. Like we really
yeah. And
now I don't want to put you on the spot, Clint. You just heard the flowers my man Mark gave you, so I'm gonna throw the question back to you. I know you've been doing music, making beats and whatnot. I know you worked with other people, threw some beats their way and whatnot. Because we was joking. I don't know if it was funny. I don't know if he was joking, but you gave some people beats a while ago. They ain't touch it. Then they touch it afterwards, and you like, man, that's the old Clint. Like I ain't even really rocking with that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like now that you working with Mark, like, and I've given you flowers too. Like Mark said it, you in the basement. We can probably see a sample of your catalog and then vinyls behind you. So, I mean, you're passionate about what you're doing. When you in there, like you guys mind meld from as far away as y'all are right now. What's that like? Like when you finish a beat, right? You like, oh, this is for my boy Mark. Like nobody else is supposed to be on this record, on this beat, but Mark. Is that how it is, or is it like you send it to him and see if he likes it or whatnot? Like how's that work?
Man, I'm gonna tell you real talk, bro. How it work, man. Me and this nigga is on the mission, man. Like we're on. Like it's this shit kind of life or death for me, man. Like this is it. Like I can go off and do some other shit. What me and him got is like remember in the first Little Brother album when Fonte said, I think he said this is part of a two-man dream. You know what I mean? Like that nigga understands, bro, and he know I do. So like I'm cooking for my nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what else can I say? I mean, that's just really what it is, man. Like, we trying to do something. Like, we got things we got to do.
MacBook Pros, bro.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love it. So for Clint, being that you are such a music buff, like I noticed in your brand, like you find pockets in music that no one has ever touched before.
You know, when I was
where does that come from?
Statement, I think it was Pascal.
Like when you chopping up a sample, like where does that shit come from? Because I noticed like you could do a song that's been sampled before, but you find a specific pocket that no one's touched and you make it work. How do you do that?
I think it's not being afraid of jumping monkeys. You know, like
it's funny
really,
now that I know what that means.
Yeah, like that's really what it is. Like, and I don't deny once I feel a certain way when I'm making something and I feel it, it's like, why deny that feeling? Like that shit feel good for a reason. I don't fight the feeling. Like it could be an accident, but if oh shit, you know, it'll speak to you. If it speak to me, it's gonna speak to everybody else. Like if it spoke to me like that, then that shit is gonna transfer. But I don't fight the feeling. So I really think that's what it is. I really focus more on how I feel. Like that's really what it is. Like everything else is secondary. That's just everything else just helps me get the feeling across. That's really it.
Okay, dope. That's dope.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and listening to music, man, it's just that's really what it is. It's just listening to a lot of music and just going with the groove, man.
What I like about it is you've been on this show and we've compared you to some of the best producers in the game. Like my favorite hip hop producer is you know, DJ Premier. You know, like I love the boom bap. I loved all that stuff he was doing. Then it kind of evolves, but you know, he's my OG. Like when I hear that Premier, I'm just like shit's about to, you know, at my head knock in some type of way. Just Blaze comes in, you know, he brings in like the horns and all that, the kind of like the live band stuff, and so forth and so on. Then Kanye comes in the game and brings these soulful samples. Like when it came out, I'd play a song or something, my mom and dad would know. Oh, that's that one song. Like, nah, this ain't the song you think it is. It's not flipped, you know. You kind of is doing that, but you're doing it with like current stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say you can't go back and get a soulful, but like you're doing it with like you're chopping up, you know, Lucchini. You chopping up Music Soul Child. You chopping up like songs people didn't really know you could probably flip and turn into a sample. You doing that. So like, as a connoisseur of music, as you're listening to music, I low key feel like you like a shark in the water. Like, oh, I'm a. How Jay-Z said? How Jay said you made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Like I feel like you just going, you listening to this shit. You like, oh y'all done fucked up. You using that wrong. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Is that kind of how you going about it when you listening to music?
Oh, it excites me when I hear somebody sample something and I don't feel like did it right, or I feel like, or they might have did it right. It might be dope, but I'm like, how would Clint do it? I really don't care. I'm still gonna try. The same thing, like when Mark's writing, it's like it just comes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always challenging myself. I'm always challenging myself. I'll flip anything. I'm always on the hunt. Like I could be in Walmart and something come on, and I pull out my app. Like, what's that?
Right.
I need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll have like a whole bunch of shit in my phone that I want to sample. So I always got ammo to sample. I never run out. Like the same thing. I'm pretty sure MRK do with ideas. It's the same way. I'm always thinking of what can I put with this sample? Like, what can match with that? Always.
Yeah, always. The creativity never stops. Like I wake up with ideas. Like, yeah, it never stops. It never stops.
Ever.
All right. So
watching movies and shit. Like, oh, what's that?
y'all feel in your hearts that you can bless us with the lead single for the project coming up? Y'all want to introduce that and drop the video for us? If you see no problem, sir, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't have a problem at all, man. We could definitely premiere that on the SmokePit for sure. This will be the first time anybody outside of our closed circuit has seen this.
Oh wow!
Yes.
The name of the song is Zen. It features a legendary Detroit artist named Elzai. Some people may know him from being in the group Slum Village back in the day, and he worked a lot with Jay Dilla before he passed. R.I.P. Jay Dilla, and it is on my list of the greatest of all time, man. One of my biggest inspirations as an artist. I had been chasing him for a couple of years, trying to find him, get in touch with him. It was something that was manifested. It was a conversation between me and Clint that we was like, we got to get him on it. And he was on it. You know what I'm saying? Not only did he get on it,
MRK showed me magic. Not showed me magic, bro.
Manifestation is a very real thing, bro.
Real
you could go from not knowing these people at all to laughing and joking with them overnight. Like, manifestation is a funny thing. So anyhow, man, so he got on the song. He delivered an amazing verse. And then we all went up to Detroit. Clint and we all went up to Detroit and shot the music video, half of the music video at St. Andrews, which is a legendary spot in Detroit. And the other half was shot in Atlanta. It also features an R&B singer named Irie. And directed by me. Featured in the video is a comedian, Fat Tony. She's really dope. She's from Detroit, very talented. My man Swifty McVeigh makes a cameo. My guy LB from Long Story Longer makes a cameo. So it was a fun video to shoot, man. It's the lead single, and man, I could definitely play it, man. It says
dope record.
Yeah,
dope sample.
It's called Zen. I would say that so the single is gonna drop the day the album comes out. This is a single. But I think it serves a really good purpose in terms of just kind of introducing people to the vibe of what we got coming. You dig what I'm saying? So I'll play it, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy this. Called Zen.
I have been waiting 4 days to hear this song again.
Wait 4 days? Nah, man. That ain't so, bro.
I heard it one day, and then I'm just like, bro, we can't hear this till Friday.
and this comes out Wednesday. Yeah, it comes out Wednesday. Here we go.
How you gonna cha-cha? Well, no, you know what? It might have been in the mix. No, you know what I'm saying? I got to look. She was in the hip hop shop with us. Yeah. That's why I was like, wow.
Or we was making tunes in the back of that bitch. Yeah. That's how I learned about it.
Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget not to force it. And the Zen is my friend. When you see me, you see, yeah. Well, alright. Backseat of the Uber, feeling like film bloopers. Reaching the end and self-medicating from the humor. Time seemed to never mind me, so I pressed on. When they find me, pray this make me just a little less gone. Took a crack at Atlanta cause I was brave enough. I learned fair with just some shit the rich made up. Genius though, I ain't no hater, just a washed brain. Became a G now in a race against my mama pain. She prayed Jesus have mercy on my QWERTY. I ain't got the heart to tell her all rap money is dirty. In the back room of a pack saloon getting vacuumed, trying to catch my longitude and latitude attitude. Without it you a light snack to a lion. Men, nobody cares about how hard you're trying. Better it for me because I care kinda. These niggas hate to share a post, they rather share vaginas.
I wish my arms was long enough to hug all of you at the same damn time.
Not to force it.
Back.
This is my friend.
On the block. 16. What you got?
Will you see me?
Oh, okay. All right, cuz you ain't trying to battle. You ain't want no smoke. All right.
While predicating, meditating comes a Zen state that shows the head of Satan separating from an end grade. No one can stop me. Why oblige to act sloppy? Don't dodge the fact, acknowledge and say Roger that, copy. The 3 out of my 4 shadows could foreshadow rats or rattlesnakes and fragile tanks for war battles. That's a slap in the face that makes a bully hold his lips. Who knew I came in peace forgetting I was fully loaded. Clips that bang big as theories on how the earth gets formed. I watched dark clouds equal out to a perfect storm. I saw the nightmares that I had offset my wildest dreams, replacing the childish schemes that wasn't worth it. Normally, a step begins, now I'm closer to what has kept me zen. That's writing lead poison till it's ink that flows out of EpiPen. The third eye stays red if life's your preferred high. I was winging it till I got it right, that's how a bird fly. Zen.
Sometimes I forget Front seat of the Uber swiping to start to ride. Convo started before I even put the car in drive. Nice weather, nice bride, very nice lies. You're a nice guy.
I'm still waiting on that third verse, bro.
Hey, man, the third verse is when the single dropped. The third verse is there. We just ended the video.
I need it.
I noticed because on Monday you had me in the super vibe because they had that break, and I was just like, oh, it's a little 2-verse joint. Then you picked up, and I saw the joint, and I'm just like, here we go. Here he go with the announcement, overrated type vibe. But I dig it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, thank
you. Gotta
bro.
leave him one more.
The whole joint is dropping on Wednesday, man. Hey, Taylor Stith, AD Stith, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, family. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, my man AB, I worked with him in Florida. He over in Korea, but he a DJ. He be producing and stuff too, man. So
hey, thanks for serving, man.
I'm glad he was able to tune in. Yeah. I'm glad he was able to tune in and tap in with y'all. You know,
thanks for serving, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
But go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. You got it.
I was going to ask him about the. So now you played the single. Now we can ask you about the single and stuff, man. So, what? I know you said this album was kind of, created through what you was going through at the time in life. Is what you were going through at the time that birthed this song? Is that something you can speak on, or is it something that's a little personal?
Yeah. So again, I was introduced. I heard about Zen. I grew up like most black people in the hood. Regular church. You know what I mean? And like I'm not professing any sort of religion right now at all. So let's just get that out of the way. I was just introduced to the concept of meditation and Zen. And I got off social media. I left social media alone. And it slowed my life down like to a crawl. It slowed my brain down. And when I started, actually the process began about a year ago. Like even before that happened, the process of slowing everything down just really it just really had me in a space where I could really start hearing things. I could really start hearing my kids talking to me. I could really start hearing issues that I hadn't dealt with. It was just a lot going. When you steady posting and steady worrying about what people thinking about what you think about and being told what to think about every day and how to feel about it. And, the news cycle is dragging your emotions around left, right, like every day. You know what I'm saying? Being around other people and you got to be in the know about what's the new shit, who said this and who got canceled. And, like, it's just a lot going on. And when my world slowed down, it just made me a lot more introspective, I think. You know what I'm saying? And so actually the sample for that joint it's actually from the theme show from
Taxi Cab.
Yeah, from Taxi. But
yeah, the weapon from the beginning.
Right, but that's not. So what happened was my wife found it because the name of the song is Angela. It's called Angela. That's the name of the song. And so she was like, I found this song. You should tell Clint to sample this for me. That's what she said.
Wow.
For me.
For me. Yeah.
This is exclusive, right?
This is Angie's song.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Dedicated to Angie. Okay. I said shout out to Angie.
That is the greatest.
I just heard that. I didn't know that.
That is the greatest. One of the dopest songs on the album was inspired by Angela.
Yeah, because the name of the song was called Angela. So like I said, you gotta know my wife. So I was like,
go ahead, Ange.
I was like, damn. I was like, this is dope, though. You know what I mean? I said, I'm gonna shoot. When she told me and I heard it, I said, oh, he gonna do it. I said, he gonna do it. He gonna be up for the challenge.
It's not a
so I sent it to him, and when he sent it back, I was like, wait a minute. Like, I mean, I knew it was gonna be dope, but hey, man, I think
this is the song I sent you, right?
Yeah. And then I played it for. I played it for her. She was like, that's the same thing. I said, yeah. She said, that's dope. That's dope. I said, yeah, anyway. You know what I'm saying?
This needs to be your favorite song. This needs to be your favorite song.
bro. You know what I'm saying? So that was
that joint up 3 times before I got to that jumping monkey.
And so, yeah, man. And so that's where
how long it take, like, because you get that sample, and I remember because growing up, at a certain time Nickelodeon go off, Nick at Night come on, and that's when the adults get the remote. And you can sit here watching Taxi and all the old shows. So I know the song. So as a hip hop head, like, you get this thing and it's just like, hey, Angie wants you to do a song, like, chop this up and do something with it. How long did it take before you came up with what just blessed our ears right there?
Oh, I did it that night, but I made like 2 whack ones first. It was whack. But I love the key it was in and the tone. I knew I could do something with it, but it just took I had to jump 2 monkeys until I got to it.
Yeah, the song definitely had it had stair steps to it. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely had stair steps to it. And it definitely didn't have Elzai at first. That idea came later. It was just the 2 verses. Ari, the singer, she wasn't on there. It was just kind of an idea I was playing with. Could I do a song called Zen, and really just kind of sit in the back of an Uber and wax poetic. You know what I'm saying, about my life a bit. And then the third verse is like I actually drive Uber, so the third verse is me waxing poetic about things that have happened or happen when I'm driving and people are in the back seat, and the verse, as the verse goes along, you'll hear it, because I actually get content from the people I drive around, like, for my songs.
Right.
And so I'm actually talking about, like,
searching for content.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm searching for content. So that's essentially what it is. You dig? So.
And the fucking sample is Taxi, bro.
Yes.
Think about it.
I didn't even.
Hey,
yes.
man.
I didn't even.
With the first time I heard it, I was like, "These motherfuckers really sample Taxi, bro."
No, because when I heard it, I was like, "Damn, that's an odd one." But then I saw how it connected with where you was at in the car, somebody driving you around, and then the third verse talking about Uber. Bro, like, that's brilliant. Like, and I had no idea. Clint had no idea that was the Taxi song. Or you probably knew it was Taxi. You didn't know that Ange was the one to be like, sample this song. It's called Ange. Like, I always thought it was the Taxi song until, like, I was messing around looking online. I was like, Angie, there's no words to this shit. It's just the flute playing, and I always called the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's Taxi.
Yeah. I didn't know it was Angie either. That's a dope story. It's a dope story. Now,
that's
I know we got y'all in here for the music, but we're gonna move to a new segment.
Oh man, let's go. I've been wanting to get into it. That's what I'm got.
We're gonna move to a new segment.
Yeah.
So Will, you got the video queued up?
Which one? We doing the Kanye's workout?
Yeah, we're gonna do the Kanye workout plan.
Hold on, let me bring that up for the boy. Let me bring that
so
up.
if y'all don't know, and we gonna show y'all this as a blind reaction. There's a new workout craze, born out of ATL, actually, and
I can tell by the look on your face. Bro. This about to be some shit.
You think you can tell until you see it.
And all the ladies are jumping in on it. So we want to see y'all thoughts. We want to see your reaction and hear your thoughts.
Natural. You want the natural in the moment
thoughts.
I got you.
Well, let me bring this up. Hopefully it ain't too loud. Okay. Woo! But I was like, I need to see what they got to say about this. All right. Here we go. Go ahead and share this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been in the SmokePit fan group, you saw the initial fitness video I posted in there. It was like the step aerobics, and there was a stripper pole in the back, and they had like a live brass section back there with the tuba and everything. They was turning up. They was burning calories. However they was burning it, they was burning them, right?
Expeditiously.
As my man Tip Harris would say. But ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you guys to
I like it already.
rookies. Look. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it ride. And y'all can see how these ladies are let me go ahead and full screen this for y'all. So y'all can see how these fitness inspired individuals are looking to get in the best shape of their lives.
Riding for Rookies is a beginner level beat riding.
What?
We're coming to a city near you. Our summer tour dates have just been released. If you go to the main page, click on the link for the tickets and cities, and hopefully we'll see you in a city near you.
Toronto, Detroit, my guy, you could do the next video up there, my man. Look, the Toronto, Detroit, Cincinnati. Clint, they in your town too, bro. They up the street, baby. Let's go. Riding for Rookies. All right, man. I know you're not. I know you don't like to judge people. You know what I'm saying? You let people live.
Mark got compassion.
you as if you got time, it's compassion.
That's what we call it, compassion. How you feel, Mark, about Riding for Rookies, baby? What's up? You need to see the video again to get more context.
I want to know what my boy got to say.
Nah, man. I just say, I say this. It take a special kind of woman, bro. It take it take a special kind of woman to have a need so deep within about this specific issue to want to join a group of other women
and pay tuition
in order
to go to dick school, bro.
In order to make sure that her technique is the best it can be. You know what I'm saying? In the company of obvious professionals. You know what I'm saying? You know, so licensed obvious professionals, bro. And listen, bro.
Did she say licensed? Did she say she's licensed?
I'm a licensed dick rider. Thank you. Y'all gonna learn.
Listen, I would like to be the recipient of a class graduate. I'm gonna see if I can't pass this on to
validate
my wife, man. I'm gonna see.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Because here's how I was looking at it, right? And then I let Clint go. Like, I'm watching that, I'm just like, there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let my wife do something like that. But if she go there and learn some new shit, you know, and then I'm the one she trying to shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like she go to like how a chef would go to whatever, a school, come home and cook, try something new, and then you be like, oh, shit, that's good, you know? So she go into this class learning a new way to, you know, ride, and then I'm just like, how was class? I mean, let's get to the homework. What's up? Let's see what you got. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no dudes. I ain't see no dudes in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a janitor in there somewhere. Somebody cleaning.
You know the cats is coming from the cats is in there on the basketball courts. They got their watches synced when that class start up, bro. You don't think they be, I gotta go get some water. I gotta go, and they be walking past that classroom looking through the window. I know they be doing it. Clint, you hella quiet.
First row, third from the right. She look like she ready to graduate.
What's the grading scale? You know? Like, how do you grade them?
Yeah.
I was
gotta
gonna
know,
see
bro.
if y'all was.
I mean, they
going to Cincinnati, swing through and see what's
listen,
up.
bro. Like, how much humility do you have to have as a woman to decide that, you know what, I can use help in that department, and I'm going to pay to get some licensed professional help? like that's a deal, bro.
My thing is, like, how do you suggest to a woman as a man, like, hey, they got
that was not the man's idea.
Hey, give her the you got to give her the brochure.
The brochure. They got this new dick riding school.
I think that's reserved for men in this after a certain pay scale, you know how they say, man, that's out of my pay scale. You know what I'm saying? I think that the reason why we couldn't imagine walking up to our significant others and having a conversation like this is because we don't qualify. Like we don't.
Not without dying.
Yeah, we don't qualify. Is what I'm saying. But I would guess that there is a certain position you could be in which you would qualify for being able to make these types of requests. You know what I'm saying?
You need to step your game up. Here, go ahead. give her the card and shit.
Because I would be afraid of the classes I would be asked to go to. You know what I'm saying? You know,
right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like at this pay scale that I'm at right now, what might come back to me is, well, okay. You know what I'm saying?
I go to this school and you go to the school that teach you to last longer, motherfucker.
Yeah, you think you're doing
this
work.
ain't about me.
You think you're doing work. You know what I'm saying? I love you.
It's like a man in the military. It's like a man in the military with an E in front of his pay grade. If he had like a wife with an E in front of her pay grade also, like there's not enough room in that to be able to go to her and say, hey, this is what I think you need. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like, whatever money she make, if she make money, the money you make gotta be like that she just worked just because she feel like it. You know what I mean? Like it gotta be like
you gotta understand the woman too. Like
I don't, but please.
I don't either. Who does? But I do know. Imagine how many women have never been cheated on. Think about that.
Maybe that's where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's where it comes from.
Because like when a woman love a man, and they do that, like they do something. They do something, bro. And they feel like, what am I doing wrong? Like imagine how many women out there either insecure as hell or been cheated on or something, and they just trying to monetize off of that. Like that's the kind of stuff you gotta worry about in this world too. Like people really feed off of
the amount
of that class again. Dick school.
Right in for rookies is what the banner at the top says. So that lets me know that after the rookie course, there's an intermediate.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like levels to it. You know, the beginner class is like the free one. Like just get a taste of it, right? Then hey, you look like you got talent. We'll sign you up for the intermediate riding class.
Right. You don't belong in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
right. Yeah.
We have an advanced course for people.
Hey, listen, we've all been at the school dance and asked the one girl to dance, and she swiveled just a little bit more than you used to. You know what I'm saying? And you like, oh,
the whole school know it too. The whole school.
I don't even know what to do. So like, you like wind up just going for the ride. You know what I'm saying? But your
homeboy got to be behind you to help brace you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold me up, hold
me up, bro. Like, I got you, bro. Get in. You know.
all the homies. I need all y'all. She's throwing it back.
Bro, man, comedians will have a ball.
I need to see if you could submit some of your 40-year-old rapper episode 3. Some of your Afrobeat island dances to them to help them find the rhythm for what they do. I mean, you could probably help take their game to the next level, bro. If you want to reach out to them,
it's amazing what you do.
Yo, listen, when I saw in the class, that's about helping the man. So I don't know if I could be helpful at all. You know what I'm saying? I think the whole point is for me to be the recipient of whatever happens. You know, whatever skills are learned in dick class. You know what I'm saying? Dick school, whatever that was. So, hey, listen, man, good luck to those women, man. I hope it work out. You know what I mean?
Oh man, they probably done made plenty of motherfuckers pass out by now. I don't know how old this class is. They done probably made some motherfuckers toes curl and
said I hope it work out.
I
would be willing to bet you if you interview the people that made the class, that's what you got to find. Like those people, like explanation.
Alumni. You got to find the alumni. The alumni tell you where it's
because you know this is America. You know they'd be like, see, it's really not about dick school. what it's really about is empowering women to be able to like it'd be like a whole thing, you know. And okay, you know, like whatever make you feel good about it, I guess.
That's like when they make them guns automatic, they ain't supposed to be automatic.
Yeah,
like you know, it's already a weapon. You know what I mean? It's already a weapon. Like,
y'all made it more deadly.
Yeah, absolutely.
You took the safety pin out that
motherfucker. What is it? It's outside the law of armed conflict. You know what I'm saying?
Because here's the truth, right?
It's like you using napalm. This is an illegal weapon now.
Come on, man. It's four of us here. Let's be honest, bro. Like it really doesn't matter how good she is at doing that. You appreciate whatever effort come along with it. Like there's no like scale, like but like we don't really care. I mean, we care, but it's not even. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. You know. It's so many things I can do on my own that I know I like. You know what I'm saying? You know that don't require me to simply do like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I appreciate it. But it's really not that deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're trying to take something from me or set me up or get me, I don't know what this is about, but
I want to feel like I'm participating somehow. Just don't tell me to lay there and you're gonna do all the work. Like, let me grab a cheek.
That's where the world. That's where the world is at right now.
Get a cheek.
Like that's where the world is at right now. Like if they got songs on the radio telling you take that nigga money. You know what I mean? Just take his motherfucking money, right? So why wouldn't they have a class to prepare?
He already came out and admitted doing wild shit.
My man AD just said it, bro. He said no nigga has ever pulled out, pushed her off, and said, "No, bitch, you need some glasses." That has never happened, bro. You are absolutely correct.
Just give me to the Dr. Pepper moment, bro. It's the
trying to give y'all my plays.
Just give me that, bro. You know what I mean?
All you got to do.
Trying to give y'all my plays, but bro, like it's if the motion ain't there, like, hey, men, we will find a way to.
We'll find it.
All you gotta do.
All you gotta do is not
push up, bro.
All you gotta do is not go the way I don't go. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go that way, you might cause some damage. As long as you don't do that, man, we Gucci. Like anything else can be worked out. Just don't go that way. It's only really one way you can't go. You know what I'm saying? Don't go that way.
Yep.
It don't have a hinge on it. You know what I'm saying? So just don't go that way.
Oh, that hinge is a game changer.
So
that hinge, boy, that's the takeout. That's the reason.
We ain't trying to keep y'all too late because we know y'all got other podcasts to do. We don't want to ask y'all all the questions, but consider this if you're listening, watching, consider this part one of these dudes' interviews because they're gonna get talked to by East Smitty on Real Food. They're gonna be on the Salute. They're gonna stop by No Gimmicks. So they're gonna you this process of explaining and giving you a little bit more insight on their creative processes. But I do want to thank y'all for joining us again. Y'all on that Eastern time, and I know it's late over there, but I really appreciate y'all making time and then allowing our platform, our show, to be where you debut your single for Normalized Growth 2, man.
Man, come on, man. I'm always happy to be on the SmokePit, man. SmokePit is dope, bro.
Yeah,
I'm proud as hell of y'all guys, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. But one more time, before I ask y'all to let the people know where y'all at, we do have you on the platform as a podcast to all our Patreon subscribers. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, get to the Patreon because July 15th, all 10 episodes of the Normalized Growth podcast will drop that day. And from what I've been privileged to hear so far, very dope podcast, very informative. The guest you had on last night was amazing, bro. Like amazing. So amazing that I had to go listen to the song again to like really grasp the concept of what he was putting down, because that shit made that song hit so much harder from the guest from last night, bro. Like so much harder. It was.
Yeah,
It was.
Awesome. We hope throughout all of the podcasts as we explain the songs. You know, if you do get this album and you do like this album, this podcast is an accompaniment to it. We spend a little time talking about each song individually, and for the most part, if you hear a guest appearance on it, we'll have that person on the podcast to talk about it, and we'll get into it. And it's fun. It's been real fun to build with my brothers, man. Shout out to Mr. FU on me. He's actually hosting it. You know what I'm saying? Clint and I are the co-hosts, you know, but he actually hosts it, and he's doing a phenomenal job, man.
Phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal.
Y'all got it. Y'all really should tap into the Normalized Growth podcast when you start seeing the episodes drop. We appreciate y'all.
Definitely.
Yeah,
man.
appreciate y'all.
Now, where can I know, Mark, you don't do social media, but let the people know where they can find your music.
It's everything normalized. Well, find the music.
Yeah,
it's everywhere people listen to music. Like it. Yeah. Just type in MRKSX, or you can just type in Normalized Growth, spelled just like that, Normalized Growth. You can type that in, or like I said, type in MRKSX, and whatever pops up, I'm happy with whatever you consume. I'm proud of everything that's out there. So whatever pops up, press play, and thank you. You know what I mean? Appreciate the stream, the 0.00001 cent I get, you know what I'm saying, from the stream. I appreciate it. You dig what I'm saying? It all goes into the bucket, you know. But what you can really do, what I really appreciate, you know, is if you stop by normalizedgrowth.com and cop some merch. You know, all the shirts, like the shirt, everything you saw in the video, all those pieces are available at the website. You know, so yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. Dope. And there will be hard copy CDs too. Hard copy CDs.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. The hard copy CDs coming. They're gonna be you're gonna be able to purchase those off the website.
Nice. Clint, where can they find you?
Normalized Growth, man. I mean, on social media, you can find me at It's Clint Taylor on all the social medias, but Normalized Growth, man. You type it in, you're gonna find it.
Dope. Well, fellas, man, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have you on tonight, man. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank you for your time, bro.
Absolutely, man. Y'all have a good rest of y'all show, bro.
Thank you, man.
You too, man. Y'all be easy.
Dope, man.
Always my boys, man. Them my boys.
Always a pleasure. Listen, if
I cannot stress. Just wherever you stream music. I know I do most of my streaming over on Amazon, but I do buy the albums over on the Bandcamp, man. But Normalized Growth. Just type that in, listen to it, get a feel. Listen to the first one, get a feel for it, and kind of see the vibe they putting down. Like I told him on Monday, it's almost like hip hop TED Talk. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always rapping about improving oneself and getting better and whatnot, but not in a preachy way like a life coach or motivation. Because he's speaking from experience. He's saying this is what I went through and how I found some shit out. So, man, I love it. The first one had like a funny vibe to it. He was talking about eating right, you know, all this other stuff. But this album here, bro, it's on a deeper level. Like, so when he talks about the Zen, I can see how that incorporates into this project here, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I can't stress this enough, man. If y'all not on the Patreon, please go to the Patreon, because this podcast, when it drops, it was a pleasure to do it. But when it drops, man, like, I need all eyes on it. So please go to the Patreon, because it will be a Patreon exclusive. Just go listen to this shit, bro. Like, for real.
Yes. I don't want to, get too much on that, because like I said, they're gonna do other podcasts. I would love to just have them and just ask them all the questions and then take all the shine from the other podcasts. But we can't be like that. We got to share the wealth. You know what I'm saying? And also it causes you guys to tap into the other shows to get the full story about what they're doing. But shout out to Taylor jumping in there on Apple Music. Already added it. it's a beautiful thing to see that, man. Appreciate the support, and I know they appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
But alas, we cannot. There's one more topic we have to get on.
Yes.
This may be serious, may not. I don't know. You know how we do here on the Smoke Pit. Like, we'll talk some serious shit. We'll laugh at some stupid people. But at the end of the day, it's all love in a sense. You know, we all want to be better as people. So we're going to help people out. Unless you've been under a rock, you know, the hearings for the, as one NFL defensive coordinator calls it, the dust up that happened at the Capitol on January 6th is going on right now. I think it started yesterday, and I caught day one of the hearings, and it brought me so much joy. So much joy. Explosive West Coast shit. But a lot of people were just like you know, they had the screen up, they had the PowerPoint presentations, they had the fucking you know, the edited videos, the Zoom calls, they had Ivanka Trump on StreamYard, you know what I'm saying?
Doing,
you know,
the absolute most.
They had the boy, what was his attorney general? What was his name? I forget his name. But he was sitting up there. He was like, bro, I told him he was on that bullshit, you know. I told him he lost. Want to hear that shit? I was like,
want to hear that shit?
Well.
Sir, you lost. Give it up.
I could care less if it gets the be heard numbers. I'm pretty sure it won't, because, you know, one side is going to look bad, the other side's going to be like, nanny boo boo, we told y'all stupid, you know. So it's going to be one of those trials. I'm gonna watch it, you know, just because, you know, I like to laugh at stupid people. And people will be brought to the light as being stupid. One such individual I hinted towards you. You was laughing when my shit fell the other day. Now look at you. Yeah.
Karma.
Yeah.
It's karma.
But Washington Commanders, previously known as Washington Football Team, previously known as the name that will not be used on this podcast. Their defensive coordinator, former NFL head coach Jack Del Rio, was fined $100,000 by his head coach Ron Rivera for his comments about January 6th. And if you haven't been paying attention, you're probably just like, what the hell did Jack Del Rio say about the thing that happened on January 6th?
Oh, he said some shit.
So I'm trying to bring it up, you know, because they be trying to erase their you know, their tweets and shit. But
this wasn't that bad. I don't know what they were.
Oh, so he did erase the original tweet, but then he made an apology tweet. So the gist of his original tweet was he was saying how it's crazy and it's a double standard that during the Black Lives Matter movement and these protests where businesses were getting looted and vandalized and destroyed and everything, and property was being destroyed, how nobody is pressing charges or nobody is seeing trial or jail time for that. However, there was a dust up at the Capitol on January 6th, and we're doing this whole trial thing. It's a double standard. So that was what he said. Y'all know what happens. You tweet that, it goes out there, people scoop that up, you know what I'm saying? Take screenshots, they share it, everybody has it, they running with it. It gets back to his bosses, and they like, yo, you can't be saying that. Like, especially in the NFL. The NFL in this day and age is trying everything in its power to not seem, what's the right word? Racist.
Yes.
They're trying not to seem racist, right? They are doing everything they can in racism, backing all the players. They know they got players from different lifestyles, ethnicities, all these things, cultures. They're not trying to make it seem like they're leaning one way or the other. So the best way to keep a job in the NFL is to just talk football.
Shut the fuck up and talk football.
To just talk football. And I get it. It's America. It's America, right? It's America. People would then say, and I'm guessing, I'm assuming, I'm trying to get in the mind of the average American who is thinking the way Jack Del Rio does. Well, why does he have to mind his tongue and not speak out on things he believe in when y'all were just having a fit about what Colin Kaepernick was doing speaking of? And you would be right. But then I would counter with this. I have no problem with him speaking up as long as he gets the same consequences that Colin Kaepernick got, which is you can't work here no more because you're doing too much, right? You got to go.
Right.
And if you don't go, you just sit here and just talk football and talk defense like we hired you to do. Coach the defense.
He ain't even good at that.
Don't come here. Sharing, bro, I know. I mean, he won a, you know what I'm saying? He won a championship being the defensive coordinator for Denver when they beat Carolina in the fucking Super Bowl. So he has his ring. He could have just went off in the sunset, but he chose not to. So then he tweets an apology that reads, I made comments earlier in the day referencing the attack that took place on the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. Referencing that situation as a dust-up was irresponsible and negligent, and I am sorry. I stand by my comments condemning violence in communities across the country. I say that while also expressing my support as an American citizen for peaceful protests in our country. I have fully supported all peaceful protests in America.
Jack.
I love, respect, and support all my fellow coaches, players, and staff that I work with and respect their views and opinions. And Twitter just roasted him. Roasted it either as him pandering to the powers that be and not being a man and standing on his beliefs, or people not believing this apology. I'm probably leaning towards the latter. I'm leaning towards the latter. He wants that money. He wants to stay employed. So the owner and shit. First of all, your owner is Dan Snyder, who is probably about a month or so away from getting voted out from being an owner himself with his wild and racist ass, all the shit he was doing with John Gruden, right? But that's a whole nother podcast. So if that man is coming to you telling you need to apologize for the wild shit you said,
you said some wild shit. you said some wild shit.
Dan Snyder's like, Jack, you wild. Bro, you gotta apologize.
Wildin'. Bro, you are wildin'.
Son. Doggy.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
B. You mad stupid, yo. Bro,
you
mad
said
stupid.
That shit? You said that shit?
Wearing our colors? Wearing our logo? Son. Doggy. B. Jackie D.
B. Don't even do it to yourself,
Jackie
B.
D.
Don't even do it to yourself, B.
So let me ask you this, Black. How do you feel? Like if you were a player, give me how you would look at that. Like you're a player on that team. You're defensive. You're on the defensive side. So this is your coach in a sense. Says, well, what about all the Black Lives Matter protests that were in violence? Like, how come nobody's being arrested from that? And then you want to have a trial for this dust up that just happened here. You know what I'm saying? So what's your thoughts on that? Like, how would you take that? You know what I'm saying?
As a player, I would be like, look, man, for one, it's the capital of the country, motherfucker. For two, shut the fuck up and focus on this 4-3 so we don't get demolished by fucking Dallas. You know what I mean? Like, we got rivalry games out here, my guy. And this is the shit you focus on, man. Fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
Gonna have these other players on these other teams like, now we about to really embarrass this fucking defense. We got to get this guy fired, because as a player, I can't just not. I mean, I could if I wanted to, and if the courage of my convictions was strong enough to be like, I'm not playing for this dude. But a lot of these cats, they're like, bro, this is how I put food on my table. This is how I'm providing for my family. This is how I'm going to provide generational wealth and break generational curses. And, like, this is life-changing money that I could be making. I need to play well. And to play well is going to make you look, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're in this weird predicament,
focus. Yeah. Like, you can't be out here, worrying about
cop
this shit.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if you go to his Twitter account and read his tweets and see, you kind of see what type of person Jack Del Rio is. You know what I'm saying? He's despite his name, he's a middle-aged, probably a little bit older than middle-aged white male who is financially comfortable with his profession. So he feels a type of way when stuff starts changing that may or may not
impact his wealth,
affect his money, or his way of life, his beliefs.
Right.
So that's kind of where his Twitter account is. And again, private citizen, speak your mind. You got the freedom of speech to do all that. I better not hear you complain about this fine. I better not, because like I said, there are other players who wanted to peacefully protest. And I don't know if you deleted those tweets, but I remember you were speaking up about some of that shit when you stepped away from the game about how politics and sports should be separated and you should just come here and play the fucking game. You know what I'm saying?
But that speaks to like a culture within the NFL. You know what I mean? Because you have some of these players who are on one side of the fence and some of the owners who are on the other side of the fence. You know what I mean? Like that shit is highly impactful when you have to, like, you get paid to play the game, right? But you shouldn't be having to deal with that shit. Like, just play the game. You know what I'm saying? And to that point, it goes back to the shut up and dribble. Though it's harsh, like, really in reality, like, you here to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're here for. You're here to entertain people. So leave that shit where it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way Laura Ingraham can call out LeBron James, tell him to shut up and dribble, focus on the game. Like, you could say the exact same shit to Del Rio. Don't tell this motherfucker that he's all patriotic and shit and boost him up and tell him, you know what I'm saying, like, his opinion is one of value. Fuck his opinion too. You know what I'm saying? If that's where y'all really gonna go with it, fuck his opinion.
Right.
Bitch, call these plays. You know what I'm saying? Because the Commanders ain't been in a good spot. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Call these motherfucking plays right. Focus on why your man getting the shit drilled out of him at cornerback. They looking at him as barbecue chicken. Focus on that motherfucker. Don't focus on the White House. Focus on that motherfucker. That's your White House. You know what I mean?
But he's sorry though, Black. He said sorry.
Fuck it.
He's sorry and he respects your views and opinions.
No, you don't, bitch. You want that money. You want the money. We know you.
His Twitter account profile says, "Loves my family, man of faith, passion for football and its intensity, music, golf, fishing, chilling on the beach. Location Destin, Florida." I doubt it. Not that I'm a ride on him or not, but you know. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, you go down his his Twitter thing, and it's just I don't know. He's a weird dude. Like, he thinks school is trying to force kids to be gay and all this other weird stuff. And I'm just like, where are you getting this information at, Jack Del Rio?
Right.
Like, as hard as they examine players' social media to see if they want to draft them or not, or sign them to long-term deals, they don't look at these coaches' things and be like,
I don't need
fam,
to hire
you gotta
you.
tone
No,
this
they
shit down.
don't.
Yeah, you bringing too much fucking thing over to me. You know what I'm saying? But he's up here with a Tinder profile picture as his Twitter picture. Let me show y'all. Look at this shit. Look at him.
Oh my God, he looks like an old ass Superman.
Oh my God. Old Superman. It's one of them things, man, where it's like, I have no problem with you speaking your mind, bro. But like I tell everybody else, no matter what you know what your employer is about right now. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You knew that speaking up would probably cause some you courage of your convictions, man of faith. You're not gonna let anybody sway you, so you say what you say. Say it with your chest. Here comes that fine. I don't want to hear no complaining. You know, low key,
honestly,
I'd have been cool if he didn't put out that apology, because that would have let me know, like, hey, he meant what he said, you know?
Yeah. The apology is secondhand. Yeah.
It's something that was required. Your publicist, your team, your agent was probably like, bro, you need to do this.
You need to apologize.
Or if you don't, you'll probably get fired. He's like, I like money. I'll do what I'm told to do. You know, it's like writing your rebuttal to a bullshit ass LOC, right? Like, all right, I'll do it because, you know, I don't want to get in more.
I'll accept the punishment. Yeah, I'll accept the punishment. I'll apologize. Here it is in writing.
Yep. So, and then they're trying to get a who was it? Some politician, I think it was the governor of Virginia. They're trying to get a new stadium built in Virginia. And now, based on that governor is just like, for the Washington Commanders to move out of FedEx and move to have a stadium built like in Virginia, you know, because I think right now they're in Maryland or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to find a new stadium. Obviously, everybody's getting these new state-of-the-art, multi-billion-dollar stadiums built, right? They're just looking for land for it. Virginia's like, we got some over here. That was the thing they were talking about, but now the governor's just like, I don't know if I want to bring y'all bringing this motherfucker over with you. You know what I'm saying? Where is it at? Virginia Senator Jeremy McPike appeared on Washington, D.C.'s Grant and Danny show on Monday after Commanders defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio made comments defending his tweets in which he attempted to create a false equivalency between protests in the wake of police brutality against people of color and January 6, 2021 riots at the Capitol building. Del Rio called the insurrection a dust-up, for which he had to apologize. The senator says if that was the case and it was just him but it's not, and you guys have covered this, and it's plenty of other stuff going on, unfortunately, in the organization, it creates a lot of questions. Not only that, as you remember the last time we talked, I said my number one issue is traffic and transportation. I've not heard anything about whether they're going to deal with it. And then he goes on, as a lifetime football fan, but dang, I mean, how many distractions can you put on the table at once? Speaking of all the stuff going on with all the stuff going on with the Washington Commanders. In a sense, Senator McPike believes that the franchise has become too toxic for any such endorsement to be considered. So he may have cost the team, the stadium, the owners a chance to get a very state-of-the-art stadium in the future in Virginia. So
I don't feel bad.
It's just going to be all of this stuff. I don't know if I'm well aware there's probably dozens of other head coaches, coordinators, other things that share his feelings, but they're probably not going to say it out loud. He just thought he'd be the poster boy for this, you know, and be idolized by, I mean, even Fox News is looking at him like, bro, you got to chill with that. Like, January 6th was wild. Like, it's it's wild. Like, we could move on from it, but we have to acknowledge that was
even
that
we
was
can't
wild.
say that shit was nothing,
because I was watching all of Fox News on that day. Like, I started on
Me
CNN,
too.
and I was like,
me too. I was like, I need to see.
I want to.
I need to see what they talk about on this bitch.
If they attempt to try to spin this some other way, that's it. Like you can no longer defend this man. No longer can you defend this man. And they weren't. So like Foxes even be like, hey man, when it comes to January 6th, we just be like, hey, they was wild.
They was wild.
We're not endorsing it. The people who did that are wild and they should face charges.
Yeah.
Now let us slander Joe Biden. Back to your program. He's old and he makes gas. Tune in next week when I complain more about Joe Biden. You know, they're on what CNN was doing with Trump. He's racist. Yep. He's empowering racist. Tune in next week when
that's
Don
some wild
Lemon
shit, ain't it?
Further called. Yeah.
That's some wild shit.
Tune in next
like
week when Don Lemon further keeps calling Donald Trump racist.
He is a racist. Some wild shit, bro. Like it's funny because we've gone through this flip flop. So like when Bush was
it's
on,
like a tennis match. But each volley is 4 years.
Yeah.
Like it takes 4 years.
We're trying to see how much fucked up shit we can pile on this motherfucker. So when Trump came, they was like, oh, jackpot, motherfuckers. We got him.
CNN, they didn't even need. They were just like, we just going to talk about. And that's all Fox does is just like, we'll just look at Joe Biden and all the shit going on under him. He's old. He does weird stuff. He be rubbing shoulders and shit, and he be all this stuff like, bro, whoa, all right.
Yep.
You know, are we looking like who's up next? Who's up next? Who wants to be president at this point?
Hello, right?
Who wants I'd be like, man, I ain't even. It ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it.
Right.
Just so somebody can memorize me on a test in school.
Yeah, I know one major news outlet is going to cover me in a fucked up light. And me being the person I am, I'm probably gonna be pissed at the shit. Like, bitch, I ain't got no other good news to cover. Like, do you spend your whole fucking day just watching?
That's why I ain't even mad at presidents when they be going in, bro. Like Trump be up there, CNN be in his ass. He be like, yo, shut the fuck up. You know, like
you are fake news.
I'm not talking fake news, you know. And then Joe Biden
news.
out there calling the dude son of a bitch. Like, bro, Joe, calm down. You just can't call the Fox News
man,
dude son of. I get it. You mad because he digging, he reaching for shit, and I get it, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody learned nothing from Obama. If anything, the only thing to take from Obama is poise when you up there. Like, just be classy, motherfucker. Just
Obama I think Obama really I think he really understood that style, and then like, I'm going to make you look like a fucking idiot because you asked me this question. You know what I mean? Like, other presidents, they go gun-ho. You know what I mean? They go straight for the gusto with that shit. Obama was just like, in referencing to that question, I would direct you to such and such and such and such. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, go look for the answer. You know what I mean? In certain terms, like, bitch, go find the answer. You know what I mean? Like, as a black dude, I understood. Like, he was telling you, this was like per my last email, you stupid motherfucker. This is what I was telling you. You know? Like, this is what I was telling you. Per my last email. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Go look at my last shit, see what I said. That's the truth. Fuck you. Next question.
The one thing I remember, it's when Obama was going for re-election, and him and Mitt Romney were having a debate. Mitt Romney said something like, you know, we need to be growing our military presence. You know, we need to be, you know, shoring up more and something about our global reach, right? Like having bases in other countries and shit, or having our forces postured and shit better over there. Obama was like, the reason we don't do that, I mean, just off the top of my head, we have these things called aircraft carriers, right? And we have them here, but if we need to send forces forward, we can just send those out there, right? Because they have forces on them. We have these things called tankers in which we can fly our forces from here to wherever needed. They don't have to stay there. They can be, and I'm just like, this motherfucker's spitting right now. You know, like it's you don't need to station more people overseas if we don't need to. You know what I'm saying?
Bitch, I could
over the last 4 years as being a president. This is what I've come to deal with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Bitch, I know tactics. I
don't have to stay there.
That's what he was saying.
Like,
bitch, I fucking know tactics.
I'd be in the war room.
Bitch,
I'd be in the war
bitch,
room.
I go to all the wars.
You're not in the war.
I know all the times, motherfucker. I know all this shit.
Black folks.
You know my clearance is Mitt? You know my clearance is Mitt? All of them.
So they keep on running.
All of them.
Said, well, he didn't make it.
My clearance is it. I have it. And does he have? He has it. Is he cleared it? He has it. He has the clearance. He has
all of it.
That's his clearance.
Yeah. His clearance is bitch, I'm me. that's his clearance. Bitch, I'm me. Let me in this motherfucker.
Me. I'm me. Me3. Bitch, watch me. Oh man. But that's all we got. Hold on real quick. I'm getting some breaking news.
Oh,
breaking news.
Breaking news is good.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you have picked up on this, but I'm hearing that the Dat Feeling Podcast Network is drafting a up-and-coming prospect to their roster. I don't know if you have any more news on that. That's all I'm getting. I don't know if you have any more news on that.
Hold on. Management's talking to me right now. Oh. Well, this is interesting. Anime, you say? Nice. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, management is telling me to confirm that the DFPN has just drafted the Saturday Night Nerds to the DFPN. Congratulations.
Yes.
It is official.
I know you guys are like, I thought y'all was all. We have just been cool. We've just been helping them. You know what I'm saying? Just giving them tips, joining them because we share the same interests and stuff. And I know a lot of the Pitmasters have also joined their group, and vice versa. Some of the nerds have joined over here to the Pitmasters, so forth and so on. But talking to the homies Deontay and Will, they were like, yeah, let's go ahead and make this magic happen. Come over to DFPN, combine our forces, and that way we can put a lot more of our efforts into helping them, because like we can only do so much, you know, because we have all the other podcasts we gotta take care of and stuff. So they were like, bro, let's stop beating around the bush, join forces. So they over here with us now. So
yes,
expect their podcast, the audio, to move over to the DFPN, right? So that's going to take some time, but when that's all over and all their stuff is over, all their merch is from their stuff over to the DFPN store, we'll make another announcement and relaunch with a couple more designs for them and all that other good stuff. So expect Saturday Night Nerds to get that feeling podcast network treatments and polish. So thank you guys again. It's still your baby. If you're listening, Deontay, if you're listening, Emperor, it's still your baby. We're not going to tell you how to run your show. We'll just provide some suggestions. If you want it, cool. If you need help with something, if you got some ideas, let us know. We'll help you get it done. You know what I'm saying? So we're not trying to take charge of your show. It's still your baby. You grew it from 0 people up to the 450 that it's at now. So obviously y'all know what y'all are doing. So it's your show. We're just glad to have you over here on Team DFPN.
Yes, I am ecstatic, bro. Like when I first heard of this show, I wanted it on the platform. When I first heard of the concept, I wanted it. I wanted this show on the platform.
He was like, "You need something like that."
Yeah, they have so much to contribute, and just them being them, and now they're on the platform. Like, I couldn't be happier, bro. Like, I'm so proud of these guys. I'm so happy for these guys. I'm so ready to work with these guys. Like, I am ready to go. You know what I mean? Shout out to Straw Hat Poppy. Shout out to Emperor, Will, man, and the rest of the team. You know what I mean? So very glad that you guys have decided to join the family. Welcome to the family. Can't wait to get to work. And I look forward to nothing but great things from you guys, because what you have is already great. I'm just glad that you brought it over here. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Now we can go all in on these nerd talks. Just in time for Thor Love and Thunder.
Yes.
Just in time for Thor Love and Thunder. So we're going to be all up on that. Expect a special Saturday Night Nerds podcast where we can all get in on that and talk that shit about Marvel. Because I heard that I've been listening to some of the older podcasts and stuff, trying to catch up. I am trying to listen to every piece of content we have on the DFPN on Spotify, and it's been a journey, bro. Like, at work, I'm just listening to podcasts and the older stuff. So I'm at the No Gimmicks episode where I guess you and Frankie D was talking about the Batman sequel and how he's just like, I'm just all teamed up, and then you're like, bro, Marvel shits on that. Doctor Strange this. He's like, who the fuck is that? I don't. So, I mean, it'll be good because then he can come over and make an appearance on Saturday Night Nerds and talk his shit about DC. Him and Tim
Decker would get along really well.
All that good stuff. But that's for future S&M podcast. But again, I'm super excited, man. I can't wait to get to work with the team, with the broskies, and make magic happen, man. So look at our little network growing, bro. Our little network. We got some variety on there. We got some wrestling. We got the hip hop stuff. We about to have our sports show. We got our nerd stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then the grab bag, which is the smoke pit, where any of that shit can go down. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, man. And I'm excited. So congratulations, man. Congratulations on creating this network where other people look at us and be like, you know, there's some cool people over there. Let me go over there. Because I remember how hard it is to grow a podcast, bro. I remember. I'm like, y'all don't need to struggle like that. Come here. Come over here. Come over here. Y'all don't have to go through that. Just come over here.
It's amazing, bro. Like seeing this shit happen now. Man, you know where we were, because we pretty much joined the network at the same time. You know what I mean? You know where we were. Like, to see this shit and now people are fucking, like, really fucking with it, bro. Like, it's surreal. And you know what I mean? Like, we just had a fucking West Coast legend on our show, on this platform. Loved it so much. Yeah, I am.
Crooked Eye was on the Normalized Growth. So we had Razkaz, we had Crooked Eye, talking to Wizards Beats, Clint Taylor, and Mark Sox. Patreon exclusive though.
Yep.
Continue.
But we had them on the platform, bro, and they love that shit so much that Crook wants to come back.
Marcus was
Brother Marcus was on this shit. Like, we've had legends on this shit, bro. Like,
Crooked Eyes,
this shit is surreal.
I need more of this.
Yeah, no, he was like, no bullshit. He was like, when me and Joel Ortiz drops this album, I want to come back. That was his words. He wants to do all the shows.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you looking at me?
Like, bro, this shit is surreal, bro. It's surreal. It's surreal. And
I'm gonna just put this out there. Whoever listening to this, if you have an inkling in your mind on a topic, on a podcast you want to do, come holler at your people.
Yep.
Come holler at us. We'll
I'm still looking for a female podcast. Like that's my goal. I want a female podcast.
We need females on the label.
On the brand.
We need females on the label because there are a lot of things where I would love to have a woman's perspective on it. As open-minded as me and Black think we are, we can never see things from a perspective of a woman.
Yep.
No matter how hard we try. No matter how hard. So I would just love to have a regular, don't have to have their own show, but just a regular, to come on when we talk about some topics that deal with women's rights, issues with women, things like that, for you guys to come on and talk about it. Because I love I think you're in the process of still moving around or something. And I had the good sis and Resto on here to talk about the Will Smith thing. And they were talking about it from a female's perspective. Yeah. I thought that was great. And I think we need more of that. So if y'all out there and you listening, you got an idea for a podcast, you let me know. You let Black know. Hit us up in here on the DFPN network.
Swear to God.
And thanks to all the patrons and everybody buying merch. Like we have some money put away to where we can help set them up and get them the equipment they need and at a minimum the bare basics to get started to start making dope content. So SNN, welcome. We about to do some work, brothers.
Welcome.
So yeah, that kind of takes up the final shots. Unless you had anything else you wanted to add. Oh, yeah, go ahead, because I know I had something.
No, I do want to thank everybody. Last week was a journey, bro. It was a journey. Like looking at the numbers of our streams was amazing. So we had I think now we're over. But we had close to 78,000 views on the last week. So thank you to everybody that was tapping into this shit and looking at it.
78,000?
78,000, bro. 78,000. So
on the Facebook page?
On the Facebook.
On the videos?
Total, yeah. On the videos. Okay. So we had some fucking play last week. So, and I think right now, so we did No Gimmicks View. So we did a reaction and that one's climbing right now. So thank you to everybody that's been tuning in, putting their eyes on it, sharing it, liking it. It means a lot, bro. It really does. It means a ton to be getting these looks. Even the people that are in here right now that have stayed the whole show, like, don't think that shit is lost on me because that also means a lot. The people that are in here, the Stis, Danielle Swanson, Rob Gibbons, who's in here, you know what I mean? Like, constantly paying attention and providing comments. Like, all that shit means something to me, man. And don't think that it's being taken for granted. So as long as y'all coming in here, like, we gonna keep doing this shit. We're gonna keep rocking, bro. Like, the shit it's a grind, but it's a grind that I love. You know what I mean? And it's simply to see where we go with this shit. You know what I mean? So thank you all.
So I'll be at work, out processing and bringing my laptop, coming up with designs for merch.
What's funny about that? Yeah. What's funny about that is I sent you some shit during the week and you was like, man, I'm at work fucking with it. And I'm like, me too. You know what I mean? I'm like, me too. I'm
did you say I'm fucking with some intros?
Yeah. Like, me too. Like, we always trying to find something better. Yeah.
It's my passion at this point, man. And I love it. Like, it's not even, I don't consider it work, you know? I'm sitting here trying to upload shit to YouTube, and I'm just like, bro, I only got the one. When I start uploading a video, I can't really do other shit on the computer. So I just use another laptop to upload videos while I'm on this laptop creating shit. And then I'm looking at my son's laptop that he don't really fuck with because he be in trouble. And I'm just like, I'm this close to confiscating your shit to be another work laptop for me to just multitasking. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Like Black said, you guys are all awesome. You keep us going. And special shout out to everybody that jumped in on the post that Black posted in the group. Just checking on mental health. I don't think he meant for it to get as deep as it did. Just a quick bro check is what I thought he was putting out there. Shout out to people who were honest enough with themselves and trusted us enough to really speak their mind and let us know how they were really doing. I was able to reach out to a couple of people via direct message and talk to them and kind of, I don't want to say help them out, but they said they appreciated somebody reaching out because they felt like they were just doing the shit by themselves. So shout out to you, Black, for just having the wherewithal to just be like, let me do a bro check, sis check real quick. And shout out to everybody else who was in there who made themselves available for people to reach out to talk. So that's how I know we got the best group in Facebook.
Bro, for real.
Straight up.
What's funny about that? Bro, is I almost didn't post that shit because I was like, I probably won't get any feedback off of it. You know what I mean? But I was just like, fuck it. Here. You know what I mean? But the response was nothing that I expected. It was nothing that I expected. Because I was just like, I was blown away by it. Like, blown the fuck away. Because the honesty of it and the fact that people were able to corral around each other, like, I was proud. I was proud as fuck. Thank you to the group for that. I was proud as fuck of y'all. Like, for real. Very proud. And then, like, at the end of the day, I was just at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, man? Like, we started this group really on a whim. You know what I mean? And look at the good shit that's coming out of it. Like, thank y'all, bro. Like, y'all make this shit worth it.
100%. I couldn't have said it better. But that's all we got. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in to episode 80. We're 20 episodes away from 100. We still got to figure out what kind of amazing shit we gonna do for the people when we get to 100. We got time. We got what's that? We got 20 weeks. We got 20 weeks to decide what the fuck we have 5 months to decide. Should probably be in December sometime around that time anyway. But yeah, next week, ladies and gentlemen, unless Black can find a co-host, we'll probably take a break. I will be in Virginia house hunting because that's where we're moving to next. But I will be back next Monday and we will pick up 81 not next Friday, the Friday after. So that's where we'll be at. Keep your eyes on Patreon. We'll be posting random challenge questions on there with some prizes. So if you are a Patreon member, just turn your notifications on your phone. So when we post something, you get the notification, go in there, answer it before anybody, get the prize before anybody. Just we're trying to do more on the Patreon side. But outside of that, man, episode 80, Smoke Pit. Appreciate Normalized Growth for joining us. And as always, I'm the homie Mac, a.k.a. your boy.
And I am bred like a king. Made us Kelvin K. Lee. Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 80 of the Smoke Pit. Until next time, have love, make sex, peace.
Peace.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Mac, welcome to the Smoke Pit.